So let's get to your podcast. You guys started Next Woman Up. April, dropped your first episode April 9th. So tell us, like, what inspired you guys to start your podcast?
Yeah, so I'll start. Sarah and I, like Sarah said, have always, talked about sports since high school together. Like, we've always been the girls in our friend group that know sports, talk sports, so that, like, always brought us together as a bond. And I think, as women in the sports industry, we've always looked for, a platform that we can feel represented in. And it doesn't really exist that much. Like, there aren't that many platforms where the voice of a woman in the sports industry can really come through. And I notice it a lot too. I listen to a lot of sports podcasts and they're male hosts. All of the guests are men. When there's like a ton of incredible women in sports, from players to executives to everything in between, and the fact that they're not like showcasing like those women, I was like, we have to do something about this. So for me, it's that we provide this platform for women in the sports industry to share their voices.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I like that.
Sarah, for you?
Yeah, I think a similar sentiment, but I think that what kind of sparked the idea also was when I feel like me and Carly were so blessed in the sense that not a lot of people can say they really achieved like one of their dream roles out of college. And when me and Carly both achieved those roles, like with the NBA and her NFL role, it felt surreal. Like, we're best friends. We dreamed about this in high school, and then we were talking about the dream that was like fulfilled. And then when we did that, I was like, wow, like we can really make a difference. Like, we can encourage other people who also had that childhood dream, were able to make it happen too. So it's about, the person who's looking at this and wanting to pursue the same thing, and hopefully giving them some advice, and then like laughs along the way. Obviously trying to make it entertaining, because as a podcast should be, but it's been so fun, honestly. I really love it.
Yeah,
that's
just
awesome.
to build on that, like, that's a great point. I think when we were younger, there weren't a lot of women that we could look up to and say, like, we want to do. Like, there weren't, like, when we were kids, there wasn't, many, like, female coaches in male sports, or females, like, breaking into the sports industry for, like, male sports. So, like, to be able to possibly be that role model for, like, a girl who wants to do that, like, that's kind of like
I mean, you were a scout. How many female scouts can you name? I
Right.
can't think of any. I mean, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, totally. So awesome. Building on that, like, you kind of touched on it, but what does it mean to you, Next Woman Up? Like, you guys chose that name. What does that mean? You know what I mean? Like,
remember our process of choosing
That's a good question. We were like, what should our name be? Like, we went through
You thought of this
so
one,
much.
Carly. You're talking about how coaches always say next man up.
Yeah.
Like, in a game.
Exactly. So I wanted to obviously have it be like a sports reference.
Yeah.
And, it's always like next man up. And, why is it next man up? Next woman up? Like, it's the next woman up to, fill a role or like break into something or
set the stage, for what's to come.
I like
Nice.
That's awesome. That's really cool that you
That's a
planned
good
it
name,
out
right,
that way.
guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like the name.
ours was stupid. We came up washed up sports podcast.
No, I
because
like
we're a bunch of
Washed Up
washed up athletes.
Same.
Did
But-
you like send it to all your friends? Me and Carly were in so many group chats, like trying.
Which
people
one
to-
is better, this
Yeah.
one or this one?
I don't even remember. We didn't send it to people, but
No.
I don't remember exactly.
I think my girlfriend probably gave the check. She's kind of like our manager with that stuff. Like, this
Cute.
sounds good. This sounds good.
That's
This sounds
amazing.
bad. So,
That's true.
yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out the rest of our channel and subscribe. Make sure to follow our Instagram and maybe consider subscribing on Patreon for our bonus content. You can only find it there. I promise it will be well worth it. Thanks.